Okay, so now I can finally officially say good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar on unlocking opportunities with Polish Animation Studios, which is the part of the CEE Animation Experience meetings. And thank you all for joining us for this session. And before we begin, I would like to thank our partners whose support makes event like this possible. So big thank you for support too. International Visegrad Fund, Czech Film Fund, Slovak Audiovisual Fund, Audiovisual Producers Association, the Ministry of Culture of the Czech Republic, and the Polish Film Institute. And this session is organized by CEE Animation in collaboration with SPPA, Polish Animation Producers Association. Now I can finally introduce also myself and our guests. My name is Marcin Kotyła, and I'm representing SPPA, Polish Animation Producers Association, which is a proud member of CEE Animation. And today with us, we have representatives of three unique animation studios from Poland. Animoon, represented by Grzegorz Skorupski, GS Animation or Grupa Smacznego, represented by Robert Jaszczurowski, and Studio Filmów Rysunkowych or Animated Film Studio from Bielsko-Biała, represented by Karolina Rudnicka and Wiktoria Chruślińska. So the formula of our meeting is that each studio will tell us about their current projects, their plans for the future, and the opportunities for collaboration and co-production with them. And first, we will listen to presentations. After all three of them, we will have time for a short Q&A. So for our online Facebook Live viewers, if you'd like to ask a question, just write it in a comment on Facebook, and I will collect the questions during the presentations and ask our guests at the end of the webinar in this, like I said, short Q&A session. So after this, I don't know, short or a little long introduction, I'm finally giving the virtual floor to the first studio, which is Animoon. So Grzegorz now is, and for the order for the presentation, first we'll have Animoon, then GS Animation, and last but of course not least, Studio Filmów Rysunkowych from Bielsko-Biała. So Grzegorz, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Marcin. Good afternoon, everyone. My name indeed is Grzegorz. I'm representing Animoon Animation Studio, which is Warsaw, Poland-based animation studio. And to give you an idea of my background, let me tell you a few words about myself. I'm a supervising producer at Animoon. Before, I used to work for Adam Mickiewicz Institute for over 10 years, which is one of the biggest or the biggest cultural institution in Poland, aimed to promote Polish culture abroad. I've been in charge of a film program, and I've been a member of the experts team at Adam Mickiewicz Institute as well. Before, I had the episode of 1.5 years of working for the other Warsaw-based animation studio named Human, where I've been partly working as a producer and partly working on promoting their projects abroad. One of the highlights I want to give is the Oscar campaign for the film, the short animated film by Michał Polak, which is titled The Lost Town of Świteś. That was 2011, and we get to the long short list for Oscars, which was really nice. Before, I used to work at the Polish Cultural Institute in London, so most of my background is cultural diplomacy, but film and especially animation was always my I was always keen on that. So for last 3 years, I'm at Animoon animation studio. As I mentioned, I'm a supervising producer up there. And in a moment, I'll tell you who we are, exactly what we are doing, and we'll give you a few more information about the studio itself and our projects. But before that, let me show you the short presentation. Just give me a second. I hope now you can see the screen and our logo, including one of the prizes that we happily received. And now please have a look at our reel.
No nie wiem, nie mam pojęcia, gdzie jesteśmy. Nie wiem.
When we look at the stars, we see the past.
Yoko, get up. You'll be late for work.
Hope you like it, and I hope it gives you an idea that we are working on and creating different kinds of animation, and I'll tell you about them later on. But first of all, let me tell you about team, because in Animoon we are really a group of producers. Creative producers and enthusiastic about animation. The faces you can see on the picture it's a core of our team, but not only those 8 people. There is 11 of us, plus the dog named Lucia, and we believe Lucia is one of the most creative producers. And Animoon, she is producing lots of projects every day, especially with the technique we call bite out, and she's working with paper. So she's supporting our work and give lots of fun every day. Obviously, for particular projects, we also employ people from out of the office to the particular projects, but the core is the team of the creative producers who are working on the projects on the day-to-day basis. Right now, we have 38 projects on various stages. So we are developing some of them are in production, some of them are in post-production, some of them are just waiting to be developed, and or the development is already done and we are waiting to start the production or collecting the funds. So that's the size of the studio. The first kind of animation I wanted to highlight is short, long, full-length and series, because we work with all of those animations. And to give you an idea what sort of the films we are working on, you'll see them on the next slides, but here let me give you a few examples of the films that might be not obvious in the film production or commercial activity of the animation studio. So first one is the full-length animation that we are working on, named Hootsie. We are at the end of developing the character designs. The script is there, so we are preparing for production and looking for the partners. Some of them are already there because it's going to be a co-production. So we've got some partners from France as well as from Africa. And the reason for that is very particular, because as you may notice, the title is Hootsie. This is the full-length animation telling the story of 2 children during the genocide in Rwanda that is going to have the anniversary next year. So that is very heavy and difficult subject, but we strongly believe there is a space and need for such films, and we develop the film and address it to young adults and teenagers, because we think that group is especially in need of talking about that, and needs the tools to trigger the discussion about such a difficult subjects. We've been presenting the films on many film festivals, as well as on the teacher forum 2 years ago, and we received very strong message that it's going to be necessary to make such a film. So that's the example of the full-length animation. And our co-producers from Africa were obviously needed, because we feel we need to have people from that region, because we talk about their history, especially such an important and tragic history. The other subject that I wanted to highlight is a short film titled "The Tale from the Wardrobe," and that's a nice idea. That's a nice project that gives an idea how we find the projects, because that's the short script that had been brought to us by one of the directors and screenwriters, a young friend of us named Anya. One day she just came to us and presented the idea that she's got for the film, and the idea that she had was from the story that she noticed. It is a true story. A young couple bought a house in New Warsaw. It is an old house, and in one of the rooms there was a wardrobe, an old wardrobe. They discovered some drawings inside, showing magical animals and some scenes from Second World War, but they looked like drawn by the hand of a child. They start to think about that, and they asked some historians from Jewish Museum in Warsaw to look at that, and they discovered that that was the wardrobe where a young Jewish child had been hiding during the Second World War. And based on that true story, the idea for the script had been developed, and now we are working on the short animated film. The last but not least is a sample of the story that brought to us, that came to us with the book that had been written before by Witold Szabłowski. It's a documentary writer, and the title of the film that we are developing is Dancing Bears. It's based on a documentary about bears that are kept in far east Russia on the markets just for fun and for entertaining people, which is very cruel, to be honest. So yeah, we are drawing a film about that based on that story. So to produce such films, we obviously need to cooperate with our partners, and we do that in Poland as well as internationally. So we do the international co-productions. We are applying for funds. That's also very obvious in animation, which is pretty expensive film production. We always need the support of public funds and some, if it's possible, obviously private founders. So of course we cooperate with Polish Film Institute, regional funds, as well as some other public founded institution. In Poland, also the European sources and funds are of this direction, and the co-producers that put their sources together. So that's the idea, and two samples of co-productions is one of our latest films, and it's a short animation named Yoko by Izabela Plucińska. It's a stop motion clay animation that you may heard of because now it's on film festivals. It had its premiere in Annecy this year, received the main prize for music, and then received some other prizes on film festivals. And this is it's a short film, 15 minutes, but it is a co-production between Poland, Czech Republic, and Germany. The second sample that I'd like to highlight is a full-length animation named Flick. This is 3D animation for family audience, and this one is going to be released next year because we are just finishing the post-production. It's a Polish, Finnish, French, and Malaysian co-production. And speaking about the feature films, that's something we really like to develop. The process is very long in case of the full-length animations, but we definitely think it's worth to, because then the impact is much wider than the festivals, for example, only the festivals. So some samples from Animoon that you may heard of is Even the Mice Belongs to Heaven. That's the co-production that had been released a few years ago. It's a Czech Republic, France, Poland, and Slovakia co-production. It's a stop-motion animation, and you could see some of it in our reel. The second sample is Hug Me, the Honey Seekers, a full-length film based on the story that we've made series before. So that's the full-length animation. 2 years ago it was on Polish cinema with pretty nice success in audience. And what's interesting, this is the co-production between Poland and China. And last but not least, the Moomins and the Winter Wonderland, and co-production between Finland and Poland. That's a minority co-production. Again, the full-length animation that had been released sometime and received some nice attention on film festivals and some other events. So that's what we've done, and what we are going to release soon is Flick, the one that I mentioned. It's a 3D animation, and the second full-length animation that we're going to release next year is titled The Boy at the Edge of the World. This is the 2D animation, which is a co-production between Poland, Turkey, and Spain. Children content, because a part of the full-length animations we do the children content, which is well, pretty much always related to young audience if it goes about animation, but we are happy to do such a productions as well. Some of the titles that you may heard of is Toru, Super Fox, and first and second season, 52 episodes, Bella in the Belly, or I Love This Job. And next type of the films that I'd like to mention is are the short festival films, because they are addressed rather to the adult audience, the people that are keen on animation, looking for some artistic side of the animated productions. And I believe that's the branch in our portfolio that we really value, because that's a part of it is a long and difficult process to produce, as well as collecting the funds for such a production. It gives you much more freedom in case of the creation, and that's why it's so important for us. So here you can see a few samples: Impossible Figures and Other Stories by Marta Pajek, number 1, 2, and 3. These are the 3 short films that had been presented in many festivals around the world. They've been nominated and rewarded around the world. So we are very proud of that one. Acid Rain, which is, I think, one of the most awarded film in our portfolio by Tomek Popakul in 2017, 19, I think. It was on the long short list for Oscars. Mislined by Marta Magnuska, again, a good sample of the animated artistic short film with the very good festival and award response around the world. And last but not least, the sample that I already mentioned, which is Yoko, directed by Izabela Plucińska. And right, and now if we are talking about Yoko, let me show you the trailer for this particular short. And in this case, in case of Yoko, I know we are not allowed to use the name of the prize, but I can say we are in the middle of For Your Consideration campaign.
What the hell are you doing?
Hey, Will! Be damned!
No.
Right, and last but not least, kind of the project that we work on, the series for adults, which is not maybe that obvious as it goes about the animated productions. And here you can heard about titles like Bear Me by Kasia Wilk, and Gets Married, which is the co-production, and one of the co-producers is Grupa Smacznego and Robert, that we are going to meet in a moment. He's going to present their studio, as well as How I Become a Supervillain. These are the series that we've made some time ago, but still gives us good memories and nice fun, and they are presented from time to time in different places. Some of our production are also in the field of interest for the streamers, because, for example, the Bear Me series you can see on Netflix. Actually, I'm not sure if it's not restricted geographically just for Poland, but worth to check. And some other platforms presents our productions as well. We are happy to say that we received a number of prizes for our productions, which we are very proud of. That gives us the proof that the things we are doing are available for the viewers. And leaving the film production apart for the moment, one thing that I wanted to mention, that we always try to be very open-minded and look at the changes and innovation in nowadays world. And obviously one of the things that we are all thinking about right now probably is artificial intelligence. So we do cooperate with Animator Film Festival in a frame of their project, but also we are doing some tests in-house for one of the projects that we are developing now, and we are at this stage of making the animatic. We tested the AI for doing the dubbings, the voices, and it gone pretty much well. So that's that's the proof that the tool is going to be more and more useful. On the other hand, we are pretty sure that in the actual film, for the moment, the real actors will take their roles, because obviously it's a question of this balance between cooperating with live actors and using the artificial intelligence, which is a big question right now. One of the last things that I wanted to mention is that we run the contest and project in cooperation with Animator Film Festival. The title of the contest is Mentor Me. We started last year, and the idea for that is that we organize the open call for the projects, and young producer can apply. Together with our partners from Animator, we choose one finalist, and this girl or boy received the prize, as well as 1 year of mentoring from Animoon. Last year it was mentoring from Grzegorz, our CEO, but this year the finalist, actually next year, because we are in December, so for the whole year, the winner of the last edition, Martina, will develop her project as a producer together with all of us, so she'll have weekly meetings with us, and we will support her in developing and production of her project. And that's it. I think I was a bit too long, sorry about that. I'll be happy to answer the questions after all presentation, and I hope you liked and enjoyed the information about Animoon. Thank you.
Thank you, Grzegorz, for your presentation. And I hope that our viewers understand exactly what price you were referring to for the Yoko. And now I will give the floor to Robert.
I'm back.
Okay.
Well, I was here all the time, but now I should. Okay, wait. Show you my presentation, which is wait. Oh no, it's random screen. Sorry. Okay, I hope it's the right one. So yeah, I will now talk a few sentences about our studio. I'm afraid my presentation is not as clever as Grzegorz one, because it's like about different projects at different stages, and yeah, but it just gives you a glimpse look at what we do, and we do what we do for 20 years now. So if I would like to present everything we did or we've been involved to, that would be super boring and long. So yeah, as I said, we are 20 years on market. I think we were one of the first new wave animation studios in Poland after the collapse of the whole industry after transition. And our show called Mami Fatale, TV series called Mami Fatale, was the second co-financed by Polish Film Institute animated series ever. And so we are kind of veterans in that let's say, but still developing, producing, and doing a lot of stuff. And we are based. When we 20 years started, we were the first animation studio in Gdańsk. That's a city on Baltic Sea. I hope you know it. And we are still the only animation studio there. So that is something that makes me wonder. But then on the other hand, keeps us unique in a way. So it's good and bad at the same time. And over the years, we produced mostly series, TV, web series for children, mostly preschool, But more and more we've been involved in bigger formats, and recently we co-produced a feature called Rock Bottom, and I show you this one. It's premiered at Annecy at the main competition, and now it is about to have a premiere in cinemas in Spain, because it's a Spanish-Polish co-production, and it was super interesting to get involved in such a style of animation and different target. It's for adults. It's a whole different story, and we are more and more interested in such projects, and hopefully in the near future we'll do collaboration on another feature for adults. But I showed just the sample of the film, a short one. I will cut it.
You'll be different in the spring. I know you're a seasonal beast, like the starfish that drift in with the tide, So until your blood runs to meet the next full moon, your madness fits in nicely with my own, Your lunacy fits neatly with my own, my very own.
Let's cut it here. There's a lot of drama going on there, so for those who are interested, maybe I hope there'll be options to see it on some SVOD platforms for some who are in Spain, definitely in cinemas. But as I mentioned in the beginning, we are barely moved out from kindergarten, so we mostly do produce stuff for young audience, which is super cool, because I believe, and I always believe, that animation is the best language for children, mostly. I mean, I don't underestimate art house animation and all that, but animation as a part of the cinema is designed to entertain, involve children into the stories. Our biggest production, or let's say not biggest, but the most important for us, is Basia. And we finished first season, 11 episodes. We now hoping or gathering financing, is a better word, for second season, which is planned to be in production in upcoming 2 years, and therefore we will be looking for production members and as listed. So this is something that will happen in the near future. Show just a little piece of animation, super different.
Jestem Basia, mam 5 lat. W paski bluzę, w paski świat, w paski humor ciągle mam.
Oops, sorry. Accidentally I clicked it. I didn't want it. I wanted her to sing, sorry. But anyway, I did it, so it's too late. So Basia is like is a thing so it's based on books. We collaborate with the authors, and we, as I mentioned, produce already 26 episodes. It's on Netflix, and it's doing super well. It's like in the top 3 shows in Poland. And we also do something which is not very common in all the countries around Europe. We do screen it in cinemas as a cinema packs of 3, 4, 5 episodes. And till now, we gathered like 300 admissions, and it's still 2 more sets of episodes to be screened next year. So it's like doing really well, and we have therefore planned for another title from that universe, and this time is a feature. Sorry, it's a summer adventure with the same family, with Basia, of course, and it's based on the first and one and only novel from the universe of Basia, and it tells a vacation story that took place when the family went for the vacation. For us as people from the Baltic Sea, it's and for us, check it out. I don't know if you can see, if I'm on the screen, we are dog lovers. That's my assistant. She's always, most of the time, with me, if I like it or not. And it's a very special project. So fingers crossed, we will kick off the production in a year time and deliver. Another project, it's based on a TV series that I said it was our first original series, and it was one of the first financed by Polish Animation Institute, Mami Fatale, and the great cool book. It's a longer story from the world of Mami Fatale, and this time, normally we do 2D, and this time we decided to go further with the style. We did redesign it. We want to do it in CGI to make it more bombastic and crazy than the TV show was. And so far, so good. We are in development. We have great feedback, a lot of discussions about collaboration. And just show, it's not even a teaser, it's just a sneak, it's an animation test, sneak peek of how we see it. Yes, but, and this is my poor screen that I made like half an hour ago, because it is super fresh thing that we jumped in to this. They say you never get to the same river twice, but we jumped to this river. Most probably the water is different, so we decided to the river of Mami Fatale TV series, and now we are kicking off the production of 13 episodes. We produced in the past 39, but we decided once we come back to that universe that maybe it needs a little bit of refreshment and some visual redesign. And there you see just the first approach to characters. And I just play you 10 seconds of the previous series. And this is a thing that will be happening for sure next year, and we are aiming to finish it in the first part of 26. This is shots from the older episodes, but just show you. Yes, so that was, you can see in all the episodes, a lot of crazy stuff is happening, but it's all starts with cooking, ends up with eating, and this is about healthy and slow life and healthy food and all that. We recently created with German partners a series called The Very Hairy Alphabet. It premiered on Kika. And it's super cute preschool show to learn children alphabet. 10 seconds of
Das ABC mag ich sehr. Bilden, schreiben und noch mehr.
Wie es geht, das zeige ich dir.
Komm und folge mir. Zadeliges Alphabet.
Das ist ein ganz klarer Fall.
Das ABC ist überall.
A bis Z.
ABC.
Yes. Yeah, you can learn German if you want with this show, so that's even useful for adults. We have plenty of things in development or early stages of concepts, and one of those is End of a Groove. Is that most of the shows that we are producing, developing, we are as the co-owners of the studio. It's 3 of us, and we are involved as artistically mostly as directors, co-writers, but very often we join the existing pipeline or the idea, and in that case, End of a Groove is our baby from the natural, from the little leg. So it's very, very personal in a way, because it's about being young and having head full of dreams and beliefs that you can change the world with your passion. And in that case, it's kids who decide to have a garage band, barn band, and conquer the world with their music. And it's for a while in development, but right now we are in a moment where it goes into super crazy but super exciting shape. Play you if I have, I don't know, sneak peek animation.
Myślicie, że prawdziwe legendy same wybierały ten moment? Bycie muzykiem to stawianie kolejnych kroków ku gwiazdom.
A może się trochę za bardzo śpieszymy z tym występem?
Bez instrumentów to możemy sobie pomarzyć o występie. Wiem, skąd możemy wykupować instrumenty.
Chcesz go okraść?
Pożyczymy je na koncert, a potem grzecznie zwrócimy. Nazywamy się End of a Groove. Gramy utwór Nową Nico Gniewu. A więc to tam się schowałeś.
Yeah, so this story is developing into unexpected, more dark territories, getting more and more about super serious, scientifically driven complications. And yeah, and I think once we'll be ready with the thing, it might be super nice and different from the shows we know. And I'm not sure if I have something more, because I don't remember. No, I don't have. But it doesn't mean that this is all we do, because where I'm sitting is our little meeting room, and in front of me there's a whiteboard where we have all the projects in the production stage or pre-production stage, development or whatever, and it's 18 points there. And yeah, so we do a lot, and we always are happy to meet creative people and push it to the next level. Grzegorz mentioned something about innovations, and AI, of course, is a thing, and we do think about it. We talk about it. I'm involved in the subject for a while now, but anyhow, in any version of the future, I don't see that as humans and our creativity will be replaced by that. And so yeah, we look for humans, and I hope you will enjoy a possible collaboration once with us. And I think I'm done, and I'm open to any questions, of course. Oh, I stopped it, right?
Okay, thank you, Robert. I think that your presentation was also very clever. For sure, it was full of music and sound. So don't worry, it was a great presentation. And for the questions, we will do the Q&A session at the end, if there will be any questions from the audience. And now I would like to introduce again and welcome the Studio Filmów Rysunkowych in Bielsko-Biała, or Animated Film Studio. And
Okay, hello everyone, thank you. I'll just share my presentation. Okay, so my name is Karolina Rudnicka and I am Deputy Head of Studio Filmów Rysunkowych. And today, along with Wiktoria Chroślińska, we will talk about Studio Filmów Rysunkowych itself and what role has this institution in the animation industry. And Wiktoria Chroślińska is our specialist in the production department. So I'll start with a little bit of history because Studio is the longest operating animation studio in Poland. And our story, our history began in 1947. Many years has passed and there were many changes, especially the political systems, the status of the studio itself, or the technology we're working in. But we're still operating and still producing. And right now I'd like to share with you a video that overview our nearly 8-year-long history, our heritage. A lot of titles, a lot of names, and the story goes on. And there comes the 2015 and the year of a huge transformation for Studio Filmów Rysunkowych, because it's the year when it became a state cultural institution. And till today, we are organized by the Minister of Culture and National Heritage. And since then, we operate on the basis of the statute that outlines our directions and aims. And for studio, this change was the beginning of many projects and the beginning of new projects, because we started, and we're starting in the presentation from the bottom, we completed the production of the series Kuba i Śruba, 13 episodes that are distributed, among others, in Czech Republic. We also intensified work on the digitalization and reconstructions of films from our archives, and that could happen thanks to the operational program Polska Cyfrowa. And the last few years brought us big investment. And so we received funding from the EEA financial mechanism that led us to bring to life a new institution here in Bielsko-Biała, because it was the project that was the name, the construction of interactive center of fairy tale and animation that was worth over 40 million zlotych, but I'll tell about it a little bit more later. And all of these projects and activities gave us some kind of an energy and motivation to redefine what Studio Filmów Rysunkowych is actually, and especially in the context of production, of education, and broadly understood cultural activities. And now I hand over the floor to Victoria that will tell us more about our archives and the productions that we are having right now. So, Victoria.
Hello, I'm Victoria, and I help manage film production at our studio. I'm very pleased to tell you briefly about Studio Filmów Rysunkowych. And firstly, I would like to tell you something more about the film reconstruction work that we undertake here. So over all these years of our studio's activity, we have made a lot of productions, and one of our missions is to preserve our legacy, our heritage. And to achieve this, we digitize and restore films. It's a lot of work, as we have over 6,000 film reels in our archive, but it's all worth it, as the restored films meet the modern viewing criteria, and the new generations are able to enjoy them as well. By restoring our films, we aim to keep them from being forgotten, and we also want to share them with the new generations. In recent years, we've managed to restore about 30% of our collection, and here you can see the result of our work. Could you go to the next slide, please, Karolina? Thank you.
Czuję, wyraźnie czuję, że zwierzak jest w pobliżu. O, miseria. Ale to znaczy, że jestem na właściwym tropie i znam niezawodny sposób na schwytanie lwa.
Yes, we are also involved in film distribution. We distribute our films to TV stations, film festivals, art house cinemas, also event companies and museums. and we also apply to film festivals. Our films, like over this time, won over 250 awards. It was mostly for the short animations that we made. And could we go to the next slide now? Yes, I'm very proud to say that our studio was one of the first animation studios in Poland, and so far we've produced over 1,000 films, including TV shows and feature films for children, as well as artistic short films. Our films have been screened around the world, and our most famous productions are Bolek and Lolek, Reksio, Pampalini, Łowca Zwierząt, Podróże kapitana Clippera, or Porwanie Baltazara Gąbki. So yes, so we are very proud of that. And could we go to the next slide? Thank you. And I would like to show you a few stills from our latest short film called Dziedzictwo, Heritage in English. We are wrapping up its production right now, and it's an artistic story about self-discovery and acceptance, finding positivity in the face of a tough reality. And the action of the film is set in Silesia during the 70s. So this is the artistic short film that we are wrapping up right now. And now I'd like to tell you about our next big project. It's actually the most important project right now for us, and it's called Alert Little Eyes, in Polish Bystre Oczka. The series is dedicated to the youngest children, including those with visual impairments and ADHD. We have found that there's actually a huge demand for this kind of content, as nowadays children are often overstimulated by fast-paced cartoons with quickly changing images. And our series is different. According to our belief, our project is the first in Europe to be adapted to children with visual impairments. And we have worked closely with specialists, and after consultations, we've adjusted the animation style, colors, contrast, contours, and pacing to meet children's needs. So we're very proud to be producing this inclusive series. And here you can see a little teaser.
Welcome to the universe of Alert Little Eyes. Join two friends, Ladybug and Snail, on their exciting adventures as they discover the world around them.
Funny flying, crazy crawling, new adventures keep on scoring. Focus your eyes, little child. Come and join our clever ride. Donkey Spinner, joyful winners. Donkey Spinner, joyful winners.
Our series is dedicated to the youngest viewers, including children with visual impairments and attention deficit disorders. Through unique animation techniques and graphic solutions, our series supports the development of visual functions in children under the guidance of specialists. Experience a world where every child can see the magic of discovery.
Yes, thank you. And now Karolina will tell you some more about our Interactive Animation Center.
Okay, thank you, Victoria, for presenting our productions. And yes, now I turn to my domain, which is OKO, the Interactive Center of Fairytale and Animation. And OKO is a modern building that we use to promote film culture and also educate about animation. And actually, no other film institution in Poland is opening its doors as widely as we do for education and organizing cultural events that are connected with movies. And OKO is one of the parts of OKO is a permanent exhibition that is telling the story about how the Studio Filmów Rysunkowych started and how the most popular characters from our cartoons were brought to life. And Since the opening in May this year, it was visited by 37,000 guests. So we are very proud that it is so popular among children, but also adults. And Oko is not just the exhibition, it is also a cinema called Kino Kreska. It of course has programming for adults and children, and we are using movies from our archives, but also from the current offerings from distributors. But it is also a great space for film events and conferences, because from May, we organized a couple of concerts. We also organized premiere of the first episode of Alert Little Eyes of our new series Bystre Oczka, but also at the beginning of October this year, we organized with a cooperation with SPPA, that is represented by Marcin Kotyła today, the conference that were attended by representatives of animation studios based here in Poland. And we have a plan for this conference to become an annual event. However, this is just the beginning. Again, the new beginning of our educational program, because with the support of European funds, we are carrying out new investment that is Creative Industry Hub that will start next year and will last for about 4 years, the whole investment. And during this time, we will renovate and equip a building that will help us to expand our educational but also networking activities. And we are going to do it in this new investment through, first of all, organizing a workshop and courses for youngsters, but also adults supported by professionals. We would like to organize also an offer for external studios and institutions also from abroad to service them with digitalization and restoration of animation especially. And what is probably the most important for us is to bring back to life, thanks to the new investment, animation school in Bielsko-Biała. That would be supported by professionals here in Poland, but also we are planning to initiate an artistic residency project for animation industry professionals from across Europe. So to summarize, the Studio Filmów Rysunkowych, animated film studio in Bielsko-Biała, is a state cultural institution that has very unique competence and capabilities to become some kind of a platform of cooperation in the animation industry and the animation studios here in Poland, but also from abroad. So thank you for listening to our presentation, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I don't see any questions yet, or I don't know if there are, and there are not any questions here, or I'm just waiting. So maybe when we are waiting for the questions, possible questions, I would like to just ask you, like, shortly summarize what kind of collaboration partnerships you are especially looking for in Europe, in CEE region, but also like in the whole world. I know that, Karolina, you just summarized and you just ended your presentation, but just to wrap it up, maybe repeat a little I will ask Animoon and GS Animation for like a short summary. Grzegorz?
Okay, yeah, so I'm going to be first. Well, it's always a hard question to answer who we are looking for as a partner, because the answer comes from the particular project. So I would say we are looking at different partners for different projects, because it depends what we are working on. But in general, we're looking for open-minded partners that can bring us the source of creativity, as well as the feeling of creating the outstanding projects, some projects that are out of the box, let's say. We're trying to explore this field and produce the original projects. So these are not most required. Original ideas are very recommended and wanted. So yeah, that would be the short, to keep the long story short. That would be my answer.
I don't know if I'm second, but I can be. I know that I was like just going with the storytelling without emphasizing that yes, we are always open for other projects, like not our projects, and in our case, we are more and more open to that, and we are surprised sometimes how this is telling. Not telling, but touching our emotions and telling to us a lot of good stories. The projects that are presented to us. So we are always open to that, because it's magically happens that stranger people come and say, let's do something together, and then it turns out it's very natural for us, and we understand it, feel it, and so there is no I guess no policy, no strategy. We just go, take it by heart. But we know what we can deliver, what we can do. We at some point decided not to focus too much on shorts, as short animations, art house animations, because it's like how many production houses you need for that. I mean, Animoon does it very well. Fumi, and we have some great colleagues who do it. So we are focusing more on features of series, maybe features more than series right now. So I don't know, and I know that it makes so much sense to stick to our regional co-productions with our neighbors, with our friends from the region, and we do it. So for example, Basia. We co-produced with our Lithuanian friend Agne Adomene from Art Shot, and we try to build up more of such collaborations within the region. I don't know if I answered in the question, because I didn't focus enough, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I think that you answered at least part of the question. Karolina, do you want to add anything, like to summarize what kind of partnerships you're especially looking for?
You ask me the question, or
what kind of partnerships, collaborations you're especially looking for? Because you're unique kind of a studio of institution even.
So first of all, professionals that will help us to bring up to life the educational program for our workshops, and in the future for our school. But also maybe Victoria would say a few words about our production and the process of again unique production, Our Little Eyes, because there are many specialists that we are engaging to the project. So maybe Victoria.
Yeah, of course. We're very open to collaborations, and when it comes to our new productions, it would be amazing if we could collaborate, find co-producers or other team members that like to join us, like animators from abroad. This year we collaborated on a project with a Polish studio, and we haven't collaborated with a studio from abroad for a long time, but we would be very open to do it. And yes, just email us if you're interested, and we can discuss all the possibilities.
Okay, and I finally have some questions from the audience. Like 2 questions, but I will read it and ask you together. First question for all of the speakers is, are you planning to attend CEE Animation Forum 2025 and or Animation Production Days in the next year? And the second question is especially to Animoon and GS Animation, but maybe also for the filmów rysunkowych. And the question is, I would love to know which are your usual process or existing deals for the international distribution of the most arty short films you produced, apart from the festival selections. Thank you for your time and the presentation. So I know that you don't have a lot of art house production, GS animation, so probably it's more to Animoon. But yeah, these 2 questions about attendance of the forum and the distribution of the more art house short films.
Yeah, Robert, you want to start?
I can start. So I go with both, right? The answers. So the first is easy question. If we will attend CEE Forum, yes. I mean, that's our plan. We don't know if we'll be accepted for pitching, but we are always open. I'm not open. We always try to be there. I mean, that's our very special point in our schedule of travels and events. So yeah, that's for sure. And with Animation Production Days, I think it's in Stuttgart, right? It's this. We've been there a few times in the past, and I realized recently that it was so many years ago, and I started to miss it. So we discussed that. So yeah, we'll apply with something and hopefully come back in a glory next year. And talking about the distribution, what was it? Process. It's very complicated question. The other one. I don't know if I can answer that. It's like how we find the distribution for more arty shorts. So we don't do arty shorts, so that's maybe not the question to me. Yeah.
Okay, so let me take the part. I'm absolutely sure it's such a difficult question. I'll try to answer that in a second. But answering for the first question, yeah, definitely we would like to be a part of CEE Animation next year. This year it wasn't our first time, and we always have great experiences up there. So definitely we'll apply and I'll try to be there next year. And coming back to the question about the distributors. It all depends what project we are thinking about. One of the ideas or one of the samples that I can tell you about is Yoko, because we are working on it now. It's an artistic short film made with clay stop motion animation, which is maybe not that popular, but quite original. And I think we are going to take a decision what kind of, or who would be a partner in a distribution in around 1 year after the premiere, because then we will see what festivals like the film, what prizes we received, We'll have the feedback from the presentation that we've done already, and obviously we will find out how the film had been received in this campaign for the prize that I'm not allowed to tell you the name. That's the rule. But the answer, if we will get to the shortlist, should be on the very beginning of next year. So we will find out, and that will determine probably the proposition of distribution, if there will be any. If not, in case of our other productions, we always try to combine them with the productions that are more well, how to say, commercial. I don't like this word, but yeah, which are more obvious to be distributed. So we try to make packages, but it definitely depends on the project. I mean, in case of artistic animation, each project is different case, and you need to look at that this way. So yeah, presenting on festivals and receiving the feedback and talking to people from the industry. I'm not sure if that's the satisfying answer, but the problem is complicated. So we need
a very difficult question and like a complex matter.
Yeah.
As look like to the next questions, because one I think is quite easy. The second is also quite difficult, because first is specifically to GS Animation. I'm an illustrator and an animator working on my short project, winner of Annecy Tbilisi workshop, and searching for a job. Where can I send you my portfolio?
You know, I was thinking now how to show it, but my intelligence is just, you know, amazing me. I show you what I figured out. Just, I don't know, is it in the right direction, or is it mirrored?
Yeah, it's a great question. Just email your portfolio to robert@gs.pl.
G minus
yeah,
S
it's a
dot
minus
PL.
G and S.
Yes.
But I think that you can easily find all the contacts on your website, on the website of the GS Animation or Animoon or any other animation studio. And the second, more difficult question is that I make short animations, but I struggle with getting public funding. I have co-op with a full film producer, but it's still not enough. It's usually not enough. Do you have any advice for what I can do in that situation? I know it's a hard question because it's never like enough for the fundings, and probably you're also struggling even as a producers with getting funding, because it's always I know that there are some problems every time with it. So do you have any tips or ideas how to?
I don't know, Grzegorz, or you know, I can briefly say that it's very generic question. I mean, because we don't know what country, what project, and etc. But in general, what we do, because we all struggle with completing the budgets, of course. So that is why we do co-productions, because we can, let's say, find 50% of the whole production in country. So we use all possible sources available. So in Poland, it's Polish Film Institute. We have cash rebate or regional funds, and at the development stage or production stage, and then we go for European funds like Creative Europe, of course, once we have a partner, and partners seek for financing back home. And this is basically the same model we go all around. If we have a commercial potential in our projects, we can get some MGs from distributors or broadcasters, and this is it. I mean, the building up a partnership and alliance with one other party or three parties, depends on the scale of the projects and the needs, of course. So
Exactly.
that's the way to go.
Yeah, I would say exactly the same. It's all based on partnership and cooperation and finding the relation between the partners in different countries. Obviously, it's much easier when you find someone who already applied for such a funds and got this experience and already received some funds and got a portfolio that can be shown off. But yeah, it's all based on relationships, and the same in our case. We always look for the partners around the region and other countries.
And we have also like a specific question to Animoon regarding your future 3D film production experience and the capacity of the co-production countries you worked with, in Slovakia, France, Czech Republic. What is a budget above which things get really hard to finance within Europe?
So I'm not sure if I understood what is the budget that above the things get harder. I believe if the budget is high enough, the things start to be easier than harder. But yeah, of course, that's
I
a bit.
understand that the question is more that the budget that you would like to have, not the budget that you already have, and which level and what kind of amounts are this kind of niveau that above it it's hard to finance it in Europe, because the question is about the financing in Europe.
Well, obviously there are some limits in the European program, and you can check the particular program that you like to apply for, and then you will know how much money you can get from the particular program. So that's the limit, to be honest, and again, we can come back to looking for the partners and partnership, because the money you can get from the public fund institution is one thing, but always there is a amount of the budget that you have to cover together with your partners.
Okay. And I'm not sure, is it like the last question, or is there any question more coming up? No more questions. Okay, so maybe I would like to just at the end ask a little question to the Studio Filmów Rysunkowych about like the whole your activities, not including production series. Do you offer like do you have kind of offer of your services also to the entities from outside of Poland? How it looks? Or is it also a hard question?
It is a hard question because we are in the time of changes in our institution, and currently we are opening for the partnerships and trying to figure out how to make this door to our institution wider and get funds to be opened and for the partnerships. So yes, it's very hard questions. We are going to take part next year in forums and conferences that will help us to communicate with studios from abroad also. So we'll see. We are open to partnerships, of course, and there are some needs that we have in institution, and we see the needs in the animation industry. But we have to, I believe, together with you, SPPA, figure out what is the role of our institution in the animation in our region. Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, as we don't have any questions more, and we also exceeded the planned time for our webinar, so I will not be making it any longer. I would like also to encourage people that will be watching our webinar later, not in the live mode, to just contact directly the studios and our speakers. And also, if you're looking for a contact and information about Polish animation and opportunities to cooperate and co-produce with Poland, just don't hesitate to contact SPPA, Polish Animation Producers Association. And I would like to thank you all for showing us your projects, sharing information about your studios. And I hope that we will have more meetings like this in the upcoming year, 2025. And I think that as we are meeting in this time of the year, I can just wish you happy holiday and a fruitful and happy new year.